Foggy, Xikadi, 5. Those are Dalaran sewers. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Only sometimes when you wait to reset, other than that, you're always out playing to make it sweet moves. Keep doing you. There it is, my man. There it is. Alright, Dalaran sewers, boys. Let's go. We're gonna set up switch. Alright, how are we doing? Alright. In the blue corner, we got Fortin. Yep, that is Fortin. Oh my god, he's actually fused. Oh! What if those are MONKS? You can see like the hair out of the top. That would be cool. We got Iku again. Ooh. We got Kenshiro back. We got Tasty. And then we got Xikadi. Lots of variety in the alliance. But hey, if you guys want to join the alliance, you're more than welcome to, by the way. They could always use some variety. In the red corner, we got Dead again. Didn't really get to play too much. I'm in Prague playing what looks like Boomy or Feral. I can't tell. I look pretty sure it's Feral. Look at that. That's a cool mog. Then we got Belcher. Zuan going out again, and Jitsu, we got a new boy. Oh my god, he's like a gladiator too. What the hell? Hell yeah. Alrighty, boys, good luck, have fun. Remember, hang out on the corners if you want to get some of your damage out there. Alrighty. Alright, boys, this is a sick mod. Can you close up? Yeah, let me check him out. Look at this boy. Look at this boy. Look at this guy. Yeah, he has actually a really cool mod. It fits so well. Alright, looks like it's going to be Eco off the bat versus Dead. It's actually stealthy versus stealthy. Eco playing subtlety. Those guys didn't really get... Oh, did you get a new trait for subtlety? I think that'd be really good for PvP. And then you got Dead walking around, throwing traps around with a flare. Eco's walking over to near the flare, thinking Dead is over there. It's going to be a stealthy duel until one of those guys comes out. They're so close to each other. I think Dead will see him before he does. Flare coming out, almost got Eco out. If Eco walks to the box, you'll actually get hit by the trap. And Dead is just not throwing all the traps around. He's only throwing down the bleed trap. That's the only one he can choose to waste in order to get the rogue out. Does throw down tar trap in the corner. Resetting his trap. I'm pretty sure Eco would be able to see the changes to those traps if he's observant. If anything, we'll just have to wait until this comes down. Lightning does 48% damage now, as if I tank the damage, dude. That's yeah. What do you guys think of Lightning Lasso, by the way, by Tasty? We saw him use it. Hopefully, we'll see you to use him again. What do you guys think? Is it OP or nah? Actually, we have Dead getting sapped up, but there's a freezing trap right in front of him. Eco has no idea that's a thing, and walks into it. His opener shut down, and Dead is going to be able to get an opener. Big burst coming out of the bat, dropping the grenades. Wants to cut Eco around the pillar through that bleed trap, but Eco's trying to turn it around right now. Trying to get some damage in. Dead has the upper hand on health, though. Eco hasn't popped a cooldown whatsoever. Popped evasion finally. Needs to get up on Dead to get more damage in. Dead is actually missing some of his shots. And Eco going in for a Vanish cheap shot, trying to reset himself up. I don't think that Vanish offensive might have been a good idea. And Eco might go down here. Barely has any health. Needs to start popping heals. Is popping a heal right now. Needs to get around Dead, and Dead is just going to go for Manic Bandage while he's around the corner. Going to be able to end this rogue. Half kidney coming out by Eco onto Dead. And Eco is going to go down any moment, and he does. Who's up next in Alliance? Who's up next? We got Dead. Oh, it looks like it's going to be Xikadi again, the god himself. Wait, no, it is. I think he was letting, or is he? Okay, I think he was letting Dead know, hey, it's me, I'm going to run back, and Dead gets himself a nice reposition. Xikadi gave him as much of an opportunity as he could. Still running a distance. He's just running wild. I don't think that's him actually dueling. I think we're still trying to figure out who's dueling. Yeah. I think he was just running around just for the fun of it. I don't think he realized that he's the one dueling next. So who's up next? Confusing. Very confusing. It looks like it is going to be Xikadi. Like, fuck it, might as well. Yeah, that was very confusing. Stun coming out by Dead, throwing all the grenades, trying to establish the early pressure, but Xikadi actually gets a short stun onto Dead. And Xikadi needs to start getting the necrotics, but this small pillar might be good enough for Dead right now, trying to really hard to kite Xikadi into that trap. And Xikadi's just trying to go for as much healing as possible. Dead is just trying to entice him. Hey, behind this pillar, it's a very nice place. It's a very nice sound, but Xikadi's just playing it off for the long game. Hitting the pet as much as it can. Maybe the pet will eventually die. Does finally kite Xikadi through the trap. Dead has him exactly where he wants him. Gonna be freezing the pet as well. trying to eliminate Xikadi's ways of trying to do as much damage as possible. And Dead is going to pop himself a defensive trinket coming out of that stun. Apocalypse still going to happen. And Xikadi has big IBF rolling. Is he going to be able to survive through Dead's onslaught with the IBF? Forced to burn Death back. And he's not going to be able to heal for the next few seconds, but needs to just survive until the effect is worn off. It's almost off. Almost off. Should be able to start healing soon, maybe? Oh no, Dead is taking advantage of the fact that Xikadi just couldn't even heal. And Xikadi tried to outlast him for as long as he could, and that was it, man. That's going to be Shaboy Tasty actually getting a trinket into Lightning Lasso into Dead. That's going to be a lot of damage with that single stun. Going to get him to about 25%. That is definitely going to be a turtle. That's going to be a full stun and a harpoon for Dead, trying to get around the other side of the pillar. Going to slow Tasty as much as he can. Needs to re-turtle as soon as possible. Going to cannibalize off of Xikadi's corpse to see a little bit of recovery, and it's going to kite Tasty into that trap. He opened for a reset right now, actually. No, sending this pet in. Not going to get a camo off. Now, sending the pet back. Going to re-heal the pet. It's going to be another stun onto Dead. Trying to pop a defensive, but I think that stun is going to still do percentage damage, and Tasty might actually have him. Turtle shell coming out. Tasty just needs to make sure he has that heal whenever possible. And it looks like he has no turtle, but actually there is still a turtle shell. Just the animation wore off, and I think Dead is going to go for a big camo. Is Tasty going to allow him? This is going to be hard, man. Dead is trying to just throw it off. I think he still has a doubt in himself. And Tasty is just slowly but surely making his way over there, trying to stop Dead. And is going to catch himself a reset. No, going to hit the pet for a second. And Dead is going to be out in the open. That Fire Elemental and... Oh, Fire Elemental and Earth Elemental are both on him, beating him up with that stun right now. And he might go down. And he does! The Shaboy stun play is going to be good. That's going to be Zen... what is it called? Zenjitsu. Getting a full Touch of Death experience set up onto Tasty. Still has him on a full stun. Serenity up and running. Fist of Fury to slow Tasty down, but that stun is going to stop the Fist of Fury. Tasty tried to go for a Hex to try to peel him off, but that is going to be a Spear Hand Strike to silence him. And Zenjitsu is just keeping up with the guy. There's going to be a short stun onto Zenjitsu, and he's just going to... He wants to trinket out of it and continue pumping damage, but that Hex is going to put him on ice. Gonna throw some damage off of Tasty. A bit of a peel. Zenjitsu just gonna continue trying to pump damage. It's gonna be a big Stormkeeper coming out for Tasty. Big Earthshock. Tasty actually has a lot of damage coming out of nowhere. He's not just a one-trick pony with that stun either. Healing Surges are trying to come out. And Zenjitsu has no way to interrupt it. Does get a paralysis onto Tasty with a Fist of Fury to follow. And Zenjitsu now is in a bad spot. If he gets hit with that stun full duration, it actually might hurt him a lot. Tasty's going for some heals. Zenjitsu's going for big Vivifies, and Tasty wants to put him in a bad spot. Does land that stun behind the pillar, and there's so much damage, and Tasty doesn't even actually have to do anything. There's just a huge stun, and all that damage just happens. Zenjitsu trying to cover himself with a defensive right now against Tasty. Does get him in a full stun with Zoan and Fist of Fury, trying to keep Tasty as close to him as possible, and is going to get away from before that Hex goes off. Trying to maintain his health at full so that every time he engages Tasty, that stun is not going to put him at a bad situation. 12% dampening, but we're seeing how Monks are actually a lot more survivable now. That's going to be a full stun log by Tasty in the opener. Probably going to go for a knockback right afterwards. That's going to be an in-cap by Zenjitsu, playing proactively, so you can get back to Tasty, start getting damage in melee range. Tasty is trying to cover him away from a distance. Capacitor Totem is going down, which Zenjitsu is going to back away from and going to get a port, but Tasty is still going to be able to get the big zaps in there. Zenjitsu is still hanging in by his dear life. Does Tasty have a stun again? If he does, this could be really bad for Zenjitsu. Doesn't have a lot of health, and if Tasty has any kind of setup, maybe with an Earthshock to follow, it could be a lot of damage. Tasty is back up at full health with 16% dampening. Full Lightning Lasso on Zenjitsu. Gonna take a lot of that damage. Does Tasty have any instas? Zenjitsu is going for another Karma. Big heals are available, and Tasty actually Earthshocked into that Karma. Stun coming in onto Tasty as he pops Wall and stops that Hex right afterwards. Getting rooted though. Tasty's running the root talent, trying to go for another Hex in Zenjitsu. Trinket coming out, trying to go for healing surges. No way to interrupt it. Zenjitsu might actually have him right here. In cap short onto Tasty, continue to put pressure into Fist of Fury. Tasty's going for a into a stun. Is that going to be enough? Is that stun going to be enough? It isn't. Zenjitsu barely survives it. Wall coming out is going to be able to port away, and healing surges are coming out for both of these guys. Zenjitsu is popping in a defensive, trying to get a Tasty, trying to interrupt his healing, but those Vivifies are not as good as Tasty's healing. This is actually a really good play by Zenjitsu. Almost had him down too. I really like this dude's Mog. If anything, I really like his Mog. Look at this boy. It looks amazing. And Tasty's going to pop his own racial, trying to do a bit more damage, trying to get Zenjitsu's health low. still continuing to heal themselves. Even a dampening 22%. Both the Monk and the Elemental Shaman able to heal. Tasty pushes in to make the play with a stun. That's going to be an in-cap by Jitsu. Does he have a setup? He actually an opportunity to get knocked off, and he does get knocked off by Tasty. Going for more Vivifies right afterwards. Every time he has a stun, that's basically when he can make his play. Going for a Fist of Fury. That's going to be a big Stormkeeper for Tasty, though. Not getting interrupted at all. No, actually, he does get interrupted. And that's going to be Tasty taking a bit of damage. Could go for a full Hex right now. Stormkeeper is going to come out and do a lot of zappy damage. Oh, that Earthshock to follow, too. Oh, there's just so much damage out of this Shaman out of nowhere. Oh my god, and that's gonna be a full stun. Oh no, half stun on a Karma though. Buys Jitsu into a Fist of Fury, and Zwen. Tasty might go down, trying to go for a Hex, gets interrupted. Wall's available. Can he get that Hex off? Trying to get away from this Monk, and this Monk does eliminate the unkillable Shaman. Jitsu showing us how it's done. He does get hit with an in-cap. That's going to be Touch of Death. Does get an in-cap onto Kenshiro. Needs to avoid him as best as he can. 28% dampening. No Karma available. Touch of Death he has. Wall he has. He does have a defensive against magic. That's going to be Kenshiro. Getting hit up with a full stun. Trinket out of it. Jitsu trying to get away, but that Fist of Fury is not going to let him go anywhere. That's Karma. Kenshiro's Karma into Jitsu. Jitsu pop and diffuse magic to actually eliminate some of that damage. Wall is available, trying to heal as much as he can. It's 43% until Karma comes back for Jitsu. Does he have a stun setup? Looks like he actually might go down, trying to get away from the Kenshiro Monk, trying to go for a last Vivify, and that Fist of Fury is going to eliminate him. That's going to be now Kenshiro versus Belcher. Duel is actually going to 35% dampening. Very, very exciting. Touch of Death is just a tickle. Right now, I don't know. I thought Jitsu played really well. I didn't actually see him Touch of Death Tasty all that often. I think he might have touched to death him last burst where he killed him, but I might have been wrong. Kenshiro is going to find Belcher in the opener. That's going to be a bash by the Druid into a root of the bat, and taking roots to follow right afterwards as Kenshiro tries to get in. There's going to be a Stellar Flare by Belcher trying to get the dots up and running, and is going to just get away while in bear form. Is that like a dot based playstyle now? Does have himself Thorns, which now he doesn't have to worry about the Karmas anymore. It's not like Kenshiro would have a Karma either or. That's Kenshiro popping big defenses and porting away. Belcher has big incarn, big damage, going for regrowth while dampening is at 37%. Maybe he might be able to outlive this. That's going to be Kenshiro getting a few more heals. It's tough, man. 37% dampening. I don't think a Monk can really do much. That's going to be instas out of Belcher, the Star Lord himself. And that's going to be Kenshiro trying to get away, but not enough. And it's going to be Fortune up next versus Belcher as Incarn goes down. Barkskin coming up instantaneously. Touch of Death is going to be up for Fortune. Trying to go for an Entangle and Roots, and Fortune's trying to maximize the damage of that Touch of Death even through Barkskin. That's dropping Belcher to about half health, but that is going to be big Thorns, and he's just hitting into it. Even though the Karma play is no longer going to be the same, still trying to make that Karma do as much damage offensively as possible with Zwen pad and everything. Belcher's dropping down low. Not enough health left and not enough defensives. Does go down. Fortune emptied everything into that last duel. And it's going to be Prox up next, it looks like. Feral versus Monk, with Fortune already exhausting most of his cooldowns in the opener. I think Prox is going to give him some time to get a bit of a health regen. And it's going to be an honor duel coming out of Fortune. Prox is going to reciprocate it. Both are going to bow down to each other. Fortune is going to have a young man watching him duel. Bows down for each other. Both of these guys. And just a yes. Okay, cool. They're good. All right, this is going to be the last duel of this match. We're going to get a group going right after this one, though. Fortune versus Prox. Prox getting an opener onto Fortune. Going to be a lot of damage coming in the opener. That's going to be Fortune trying to get some damage in. Stun coming in onto Prox. Prox uses to trinket it and wall it. Throwing down a root onto Fortune. And Fortune is actually going to be able to port away from it. Prox trying to get some big bleed damage and pressure up and running. Fortune just trying to get through his cooldowns. Popping a defensive for dampen harm. Maybe he can get some damage onto Prox. Big Fist of Fury, forcing Prox to even pop a wall on that Fist of Fury. That's actually huge damage now. Big heal for Prox, even though it is 49% dampening. Both of these guys are just going for as much healing as possible. Fortune does have Karma back up. Bash coming in. Can he get that Karma off before he is dead? Karma spamming it. Now gets the Karma off and needs to get at Prox. Or he's going to go for heals because of that root. Can't really do much. Trying to catch up to this Feral again. Popping into Feral form. Maybe even to Bear form. Thorns coming out. Won't have anything for those Thorns. You just stop touching the Feral. Trying to leap away. And Prox is going to go for a reset since he'll be able to get away. Gonna be an opener on. Oh, in cap. Touch of death. Good fortune actually ended with a stun, maybe. Does get a stun. If he gets some big damage in there, could touch of death do a lot of damage? Oh no! If he just had like a second. If he had just a second more. That would have been a dead feral right there. Are you kidding me? That would have been a dead feral. Are you serious? No! You're so lucky. Monks actually did damage. Brox, you're so lucky. Just 1 second. That would have been it. Oh my god. These guys played so well. So many of you guys get to play. I love it. Fortune has 0 luck. He needs to get more luck in his enchants, dude. That was so unlucky. Oh my god. So unlucky.